On one occasion, one of the religious leaders in the time of Jesus approached to him and asked him, "Teacher, what is the first and great commandment of the law?" In Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 and 38, we find Jesus' answer. And he said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and foremost commandment." According to the Holy Scriptures, loving God above all things is the most important commandment. The second of all is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. I decided to talk about it because the Bible puts emphasis on it. It is not a thing of small importance to see in the Bible that God, who is both the creator and sustainer of everyone and everything, commands us to love Him above all things. We are to love God with all our heart, and with all our mind, and with all our strength, and with all our soul. That's what God says in His words. I firmly believe that it's very important to have a good or a right understanding of what loving God is, and how being obedient to this commandment is delightful, how it can be delightful, how it can rejoice in loving God. There are many people who claim to love God. However, the way they live does not reflect what they profess. So many people say they love God because they go to church, or because they pray, they read the Bible. One can also find people say that they love God because they have this feeling about Him. But is doing all these things truly loving God? What does the Bible say? In other words, what did Jesus Christ mean when He responded to the religious leaders that loving God is? The word that Jesus used here is the Greek term agapao. It includes the idea of duty, respect, reverence, meaning to serve with fidelity, unconditional love. Therefore, as we may see here, loving God is not simply coming to church and hear a sermon, and hear a preaching or a teaching. Loving God includes that you come before your presence with a broken heart. It means that you love Him. It means that you adore Him. It means that He is a priority for your life. When you love God, when you truly, genuinely love God, you have a passion for Him. You have this desire to be before His presence. You have this desire to be at His feet. It is a love that trusts in God. It is a love that seeks to have communion with Him. Loving God means to seek Him with all your heart. It means that you love what He loves. It means that you love whom He loves. And it means that you dislike what He dislikes. What else does loving God mean? It implies to keep His commandments. In John chapter 14, verse 15, Jesus Christ states, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." Verse 21, "He who has my commandments and keeps them is the one who loves me." So we read from Jesus Christ Himself that if we love God, we're going to keep His commandment. We're going to obey God. And it is obvious, because when you love someone, you want to please that person because that person is important to you. And you want to please that person because of that. Now, let me explain something here. Anytime that God through His commandments, through His words, through His law, forbids us to do something. He does it because He loves us. He is the one who created us. He is the one who gave us breath. He is the one who gave us life. He is good. He is perfect. He is merciful. He is gracious. Therefore, He knows what is best for us. And so many times we are in this situation that we want to do it in our own way. And God is telling you, God tells you through His words, do not do it. Don't go that way. Because it is not convenient for you. But we want to be wise in our own understanding. So many times we just want to be more, we're going to be wiser than God. And God is telling us, do not do it because you won't get any good things from it. And then we do it in our own way. And when we hit the wall, when something bad happens to us, then we come before God and we say, God, why is this happening to me? But God warned you before. Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 and 9 says, For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. This is God, whose ways and thoughts are higher than ours. He also says in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 9, Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Verse 8, it will be healing to your body and refreshment to your bones. He said this because He loves us, because He wants the best for us. Why loving God? Does He deserve it? I will answer these questions in two parts. Number one, yes, He does deserve it because He is both the creator and sustainer of everyone and everything. If you go to the book of Genesis, the very first chapter tells us that God in the beginning created everything. And because He's the creator and sustainer, but not only is God the creator and sustainer, but He is our provider. He is the one who holds all things. So He has the right to be loved. He deserves to be loved. He is good. He is perfect. He is gracious. He is merciful. His love endures forever. And because of that, He is worthy and He deserves to be loved. Secondly, He deserves it because of what He has done for us through His Son, Jesus Christ. John chapter 3, verse 16 says, For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have eternal life, everlasting life. So God, because of His love, not because we loved Him, but because of His love, He gave His only Son, His begotten Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us, to redeem us, to set us free from sin, from death. So God gives what was more precious to Him to forgive us so that one day you may have the opportunity to be before His presence forever in eternity. There will be no tears, there will be no crying, no pain, no troubles. Everything will be perfect, and we'll be in the presence of God forever. And this is thanks to what Jesus Christ did on the cross for us. God deserves it. He deserves to be loved. So, there is another important question that we have to ask. Where does this love for God come from? Or how can I increase my love for Him? This is the answer. If you're a true believer, if you're a believer who was saved by Jesus Christ, come back to the cross. Come back to the same cross that once saved you. And meditate on the fact that you were forgiven so much that you had a problem with the justice of God. And God, because of His love with which He loved us, He gave you forgiveness. He gave you the opportunity to be with Him forever. And for those who know that God is real, but do not have a relationship with Him, I invite you today to come to the cross as well and come in repentance, recognizing that you need the forgiveness of God. They have a problem with His justice because of sin, but today He offers you a new opportunity, a new life, and the opportunity to be with Him forever and ever, in all eternity. Remember, you shall love the Lord your God